Hello everyone, welcome once again to our channel. Welcome to Pure Sims Fashion channel. My name is Governor. We are very pleased to have you here. We are here because of you. If you are not watching our videos, then it means we are just wasting our time here. So we are very happy that you tuned in. Please remember to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you have not done so, and continue to stay with us. Thank you. So today, without taking much of your time, I want to take you through the process of making the pocket that you saw in the thumbnail to this video. So first things first, the first thing we are going to do is for us to get a normal paper stay, and cut it to 1 inch size, 1 inch length and breadth. The width, the length will be 1 inch, like a cube. Okay, so how are we going to achieve that? So as you can see with the piece I have here, I just cut out something that is 1 inch wide. Then the length is as you desire, depending on the number of small cubes you want to make. So here I have 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, this 6th one is not up to 1 inch. So is it? No, it's not up to 1 inch. It's just a little short of 1 inch. So all right, so as you can see, I've already after cutting it out like this, is 1 inch wide. Then for the length again, you mark it at 1 inch. So as you can see, all these ones are just 1 inch long too. So I'm going to cut everything out like that. So after cutting it out like this, the next step will be to take the piece of fabric you are using. This is a piece of the fabric. Okay, give it a good iron, and then we place these ones on it, giving enough space in between each ones, because we are eventually going to cut it out. Okay, so we do it like this, then we gum it to the fabric. So after doing that, so the next step is to cut out each of it with a little fabric surrounding it like this. Okay, so you see the way this one is now. See this one that I have here. You can see this is the stay in the middle, and a little fabric is surrounding it. So I'll just put these ones aside and use this one for my illustration now. So now you're not going to fold. You will get a tiny piece of hemming gum. This is hemming gum. I've already cut it to a very tiny piece. Okay, so you start folding this around the stay. You lace it with your gum to hold it in place. Right. Okay, then we're going to fold this side too. When you're folding this, you ensure that it's not going to exceed these edges. Okay, so in order to ensure that this one that we are folding in is not protruding out of this already finished one, you first of all gum the edges, pushing it inwards a little. You do that the same thing to this other side, pushing this side in a little, so that whatever excess is going to be left will come to the center. And of course, normally if you do it well, no excess is supposed to be left. But so as you can see, you see this now. So we are going to fold this last part too. well, it will not relax, so I have to use any gum. So you can see, like, see the cube now. It is perfectly finished. If you look at it from the outside, you will see that you are not seeing any rough edge. Okay, so this is the exact thing you are going to do for all the cubes you want to make. You understand? So once you make something like this, all right, the next step would now be to create a frame. Okay, you take a piece of the fabric that will be sufficient. All right, then you cut out either hard paper stay or color stay. So for this, I'm using hard paper stay. So after cutting it out to the size, I want the total width of my pocket and length. The width, I want the width to be 4.5 inches and the length to be 6.75. So if you measure this now, this is 6.75, 5.75. Sorry for the slip of tongue. And this is 4.5, a little more than 4.5, just a little, not even up to 4.65. So now you are going to fold this into 2 equal halves like this, facing each other like that. You give it the shape you want on this down part. So I've already done that. I've given it the shape I want. So the next thing you are going to do is that you are going to create a frame. That frame is going to determine how much of the design is going to show in the pocket area. So now from the top edge here, for my own measurement, you can use any measurement you like. For my own, I'll be using 0.75. Okay, from here. So I'm going to mark the 0.75 like that. Okay. Now for the side, that is the frame on the side of the pocket, I want it to be just 0.5 inches wide. So from the edge here, I'll mark 0.5, 0.5. Okay, and on the down part, I'm going to mark 0.9. No, let me use 1 inch. Okay, 1 inch here. This center part, this center part is coming down more than this side. It's like a V shape. So this is 0.5 here. Yeah, and this is 1 inch here. So I can just go ahead to also just trace out just 1 inch. What I'm trying to achieve here is just a straight line. Okay, so we are going to rule out these lines now to get the frame we are trying to create. Okay, so as you can see now, we have this thing in the middle. This is it rectangle. Okay, so we are going to cut it out now while still on fold. So we have cut out this. Then you can now open this, so you see what we have. This is the frame we want to use. So this frame, you go ahead and gum it to the wrong side of this fabric here. Now look at it, the frame is already attached to the wrong side of the fabric. Okay, so you are going to get an S-tape. This is S-tape here that is wide enough. Okay, Now what we want to do with this ST is that we want to use it to turn this this center, this empty part in the center. We want to use it to turn it in neatly. You see, normally others will tell you to just trim out this place like this, leaving a little allowance. Once you trim it out, then you notch at the corners, and then you fold it in, iron it, use hemming gum to hold it. But that is also a very good way to do it. But I prefer to use ST to do the turning, so that it will be solid. There will be nothing like later, after a little wear and tear, washing and ironing, the edges will now start coming out. I don't want that, so we are going to use ST to turn it in. So in order to achieve that, let me show you something. You see, if this is the right side of the fabric, this is the gum side of the ST. Now if you want to turn this side in, now this gummed parts, this part with the gum on the ST need to be facing you, while the part without the gum need to be facing the right side of the fabric. Okay, so that when you sew something like this and then you want to turn it in, it's now that gum, that part that has the gum, that will attach, that will now face the fabric in the wrong side. I don't know how best to explain it, but I hope you understand. So this part that has gum, just do it this way. This is the right side of the fabric. Okay, the part that does not have gum on the stay will be facing the right side of the fabric, like this. Right, so that means the part that has gum on the ST is facing you now. So we will now go to the sewing machine and sew inside this what do you call it now, this frame. We are going to sew close to the frame, close to the stay, inside like this, but the very tiny space, not up to 0.1, just very tiny space, so that you'll be able to turn it maybe like 0.1. Okay, so I will go and do that now, and I will come back. So I don't know if you can see it is white on white, so it might be difficult to see, but I've already stitched around the frame like that. So I'm going to, now you see, I needed to quickly do the ironing without allowing the iron to stay long. If not, this gum will attach to this cloth. So the next thing is for me to cut out this frame now. So we'll go ahead to notch the edges like that. Please don't cut the stitch, just notch. As close to the stitch as possible, but do not break the stitch. Okay, so once that is done, right, you can now use this. You see, if you turn it to the other side, you can see that we still have any ST here. So you now use this ST, you turn it inside like this. You now start using this ST to pull it in. Okay, to pull the fabric in. You use the ST that is left to pull the fabric in like this. Let me just show you an example before I go ahead to finish the rest. So the angle first, so you pull this angle in very well like this, okay, so that the stay will not show on the other part. It's only the fabric. That is the essence of even leaving a little space, okay. So you pull it in the angle properly like this until it touches the paper stay that is there, and then you use your iron to hold it down. Okay, so that angle is done. Then you can now continue on this straight line, pulling it in. Please, you just have to take your time. It's not something you can rush like that. You can see I'm taking my time. This is not my first time of doing this, but every time I do it, I take my time to do it properly, because what is the essence of doing something if you are not going to do it well? It's not just for the customer to enjoy it for a day now. The customer needs to enjoy it every time they want, especially after paying a fortune to get their fabrics, and to pay your service charge and everything. So you just have to do a quality job for them. So you see that I've already pulled in that edge too. So you just pull in everything gradually like that. If you look at the other side already, we're already having the finishing we want. Okay, see all these places we've done. So let's just continue. So this is it. I hope you can see it clearly. You can see the frame. It has been created, and if you look, you will not see the stay that I used to pull it in. Okay, so we can go ahead and put this one aside. Okay, we are going to come back to it. Now, this is the fabric we want to use for the inside. See, this is the fabric. So I'm going to turn the wrong side, give it a good ironing. Then this is another stay. Is also hard paper stay. Okay, so I'll gum it to the fabric. After gumming it to the fabric, you cut out the parts that you need. Okay. So this is it now. Okay, so I'll go ahead to iron it in the front as well. Now it's well ironed and it's smooth. Okay, so this is the cube, the small cube that we made the other time. So I'm going to start arranging this cube on this fabric now. So now, if you see, I already have hemming gum. I cut it into small pieces. Just put the hemming gum at the back of this thing like this. Then you use the steam of the iron to just hold it in place. So this is what I'm trying to explain. So after placing the hemming gum on it like this, you just bring the iron close to it and press the steam. Okay, So the steam, you can see this hemming gum will not fall off like that. Okay, so we do that to everything. Alright, so after doing that now, let's go ahead to start arranging one after the other. Okay, so this is the reason why I was saying you should not gum it down. You can see how I'm moving it, trying to center, make everything fall in the center. So assuming I've already gummed it down directly, it won't be possible to reshuffle, reset, or do anything like that. Anyone that is not really aligning properly, you can just move it to another position. Okay, normally if this thing was done in a standard condition, everything should align properly, but there's no way. Sometimes human error will just creep in, so we just have to manage. Alright, so this is the last row. So after doing it this way, you can now go ahead, look for a piece of fabric that you probably don't need, put it on it, and then you press it, you iron it. You don't move the iron around, you just place it on it, allow the heat to hold the hemming gum together with the fabric, and then you remove it. So I will do that and I will come back to the. So I've done that now, and you can see this is it, it's already in place. So I'll turn it to the back and iron it again. Well, my iron is too hot. Okay. Alright. So you see everything is in place now, properly set. It's hemming gum and it's still hot, so I can easily just quickly adjust anyone that is not giving me the perfect position I want it to stay. Oh, it's hot. Okay, so this is it. You see everything is set now. If you look at this, we can just place this on top of this, and then we already have what we want. Okay, so what we are going to do now is that we are going to go and stitch all these ones as it is like this. We'll go and stitch it, okay, one after the other, like this to hold it in place, because if we use only hemming gum to hold it, once the person wash it maybe once or so, it's going to fall off. All right, so we're going to go and stitch it and hold it in place. So I'll come back to you now. So I went ahead to seal these cubes down. and you can see at the back everything is now in place. So the next step is now for us to, place this on this, like set it properly the way you want it to appear. Okay, so I want it to appear such that there will be no any of the angles, any of the edges of this thing here, this pointed edge. I don't want any of it to completely show outside, so I want it to be a little bit, at least a little bit inside the frame. Okay, on every side, like this. Let's see if we are going to be able to achieve that. Alright, so we've been able to achieve that. Okay, yeah. So now I'll just go ahead to use this pin to hold it at some strategic point. Then I'll go to the sewing machine to stitch around it like this, and then I'll come back to you. Okay, so since that is done now, you can see I've already attached it and the pocket is already giving us the shape we want. So you go ahead and trim out the excess. You want to ensure that this one that is inside is not wider than the frame that actually carries the exact size of the pocket you want. Okay, so I went ahead to trim this thing to ensure that it is within the frame that we created before. So we'll just give it a good ironing. Okay, now that it is relaxed, then we can now go ahead to start folding this thing to the shape of the pocket using the frame that we created initially to guide ourselves. So I'm doing this first because I just want to confirm that the shape is accurate. Okay, so this is the shape, it's accurate. All right, so we can now go ahead to confirm our measurement. This is 4.5 and this is 5.75. okay, so the final thing you are going to do now is that we are going to go and weave this edge. Once you weave this edge, you trim out some of these excesses, okay, and then you apply hemming gum to fold this thing properly. So once you finish doing that, you are going to use another hairstay to cover it at the back. Like after you have done that, you just use the hairstay, you cut it to shape and use it to cover the size, to cover the rough work at the back here, and voila, you are done. So I will go ahead and do that and I will show you the result. Okay, so this is what I've been trying to explain. See, this is the back of the pocket design, and as you can see, is neatly finished. I've already used hemming hairstay to cover it, and this is the front. This is the design. Okay, so the next step for us is to attach this to our bodice, and that will be all. So thank you so much for staying with us till the end of this video. If you find this video useful, please share it with your friends, and remember to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much. God bless you till we meet again. Bye.